Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Babcock and Kamaru. Speaking of big fights, Kamaru, there is a big fight going down this weekend, a big boxing match. Jake Paul, who is, listen to me, Jake Paul is an undefeated international boxing superstar, 5-0, has absolutely never lost, taking on Anderson Silva, arguably the greatest mixed martial artist of all time. This is going down, Kamaru, this weekend, Saturday night, on Showtime pay-per-view, October 29th. I am so interested in this matchup. You got the young guy who's new into the sport of boxing versus the older dude in his 40s who might be the best.
I like the matchup. I really do like the matchup because I think this is the thing with boxing. This is how you build a guy.
Yeah.
This is how you build a guy. And I think that's something that they've done really well with Jake Paul is picking good fights to really build the guy.
Is this his toughest opponent? He fought a YouTuber. Gibbs was his first fight. Then Nate Robinson. He obviously beat Tyron Woodley 2 times. Beat Ben Askren before Tyron. Is Anderson his hardest opponent?
Yeah, I think so. I think Anderson is 100%. I mean, look at what Anderson has done. It's his stand up, and that's the one thing about Anderson is his boxing has always been really good,
right.
and that's something he's always wanted to do. It's just box. So yeah, I think this is by far his toughest challenge. I think it's the right time for him, and I think this is strategic. I think these guys are smart here what they're doing, and I think this is a good matchup, a good test for him.
I can tell you respect him, and I think a lot of, not just you, Kamar, I think a lot of people were hesitant at first, like, oh, what's this guy about? He's a YouTuber. Does he actually have any talent? But it sounds like you actually have respect for his ability now in the ring. No, am I reading that right?
Yeah, no, he is a YouTuber. Let's not get that confused.
Fact.
That's where that money comes from. He's a YouTuber. I mean, he's making money now boxing, of course. But he is a YouTuber. But yeah, he is talented. I've never said that he's not talented.
Yeah.
He is talented, and I just don't think he could do nothing with me. But I think he is very, very talented, and I think they're building him the right way, and I think this is a good step for him. It's a very difficult test, but it's a winnable fight, and so I like it. I like it all around. Both guys.
You know what's interesting is that all of those other fights, Jake Paul had been the betting favorite, so Vegas thought he was going to win. He's still a favorite, but the odds have gone back and forth on this one. When I talked to Jake and Anderson, I asked them both about the odds, which at one point had Anderson Silva as the favorite. I checked the odds right before I came on. You're the favorite right now. It's close, but you're the betting favorite. Does that mean anything to you, or does that just doesn't really have anything to do with anything?
I don't put this in my mind. I just training hard every day, and push me hard every day.
You shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have done it. You should have invested into something else. Should have invested into some stock, maybe. The market's down. Should have maybe got some Bitcoin or ETH while it was lower, because you're going to lose your money. And everyone who bet on me, good stuff, man. You're going to have some dough, maybe a new car, maybe your rent paid, because I'm knocking this guy out.
Is there a round? Is it early in the fight, late in the fight? When do you put him out?
Less than 5 rounds. Guaranteed that. Guarantee that. Come back to this interview, everyone, after the fight, and they'll say, wow, he predicted the future. I have a crystal ball in my room, and I can see it.
So there you go. You see, Jake says an opportunity to make some money on him for for his fans. Can I ask you about a prediction? Can you give me something?
For me, personally, I think it's such a good fight on paper, but I think it's winnable for both guys. I think Anderson definitely has more experience to where you could probably frustrate and kind of, make this guy retreat because you have way more experience to where you start to touch him and you get in his head.
Yeah.
And of course, he looks up to you. You big papi to him. You he looks up to you. You basically tell him when to dance and when not to dance. Like he looks up to you.
There's a picture. if people don't know what Kamar's talking about, there's a picture of Jake and Logan as
kids. They look up to him.
Yeah.
So you're like big papi, but at the same time, don't let being big papi go to your head, because these young guns now, they don't care. They'll come out there and they'll knock your head off. So I think it's definitely a winnable fight for both guys. I just can't wait to see it. I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait to see it.
Look, Showtime consistently delivers the biggest names in the most compelling matchups in the entire sport. Showtime has produced the 3 highest grossing pay-per-view events of all time. There was Mayweather-Pacquiao, Mayweather-McGregor, and Mayweather-Canelo. You see a little trend there. Floyd Mayweather sells, Kamaru.
Money May.
Yeah, there was another fight that I got to ask you about. I am so into this matchup. I love Jake and Anderson, but I'm so excited, Kamaru, because Uriah Hall, former UFC superstar. Yeah,
Am I reading this right?
Yes, Uriah Hall, a UFC superstar, active, young, all that, still top of the game, is fighting Le'Veon Bell, the NFL running back.
You know what? I'm gonna get, shout out to Le'Veon Bell for believing in his abilities and himself. I think that's what the case is here.
He's got a lot of belief.
He was like, I don't care. He might have the power to maybe.
Even you with all his fighting skills, though, imagine your second fight fighting somebody, right?
That's a tall hill to climb. Maybe in the squabble in there, just eyes closed, they're throwing punches, boom, he lands one. I give him that. But if Uriah is Uriah, which Uriah, my man, hope you train and show up and do your thing. Don't take him lightly, take him seriously. But if Uriah shows up, I mean, that's a Le'Veon, this is not a good way to. This is not a good. Like, as far as a boxing trainer, you got to let your guy know. That's the thing with boxing. You step by step, you build someone.
Right, a lot on the line. You don't play boxing like they say. Look, we're gonna find out what happens. It's all going down.
It's a good fight. I want to see the fight.
Yeah,
I respect both guys. I want to see the fight.
You'll watch it October 29th. Showtime pay-per-view.